Hei, og velkommen tilbake til Infinigate TV her fra Blackhat. Jeg er her sammen med Nathan Suchami fra CheckPoint. Hi, welcome to Infinigate TV.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys.
And you're here, of course, at Blackhat 2016.
Correct.
Representing CheckPoint, of course. So, as a major player in the security spectrum, what do you guys get out of a conference like this?
So CheckPoint today is a major force in the cybersecurity industry. And of course, Blackhat is considered one of the most, and if not the most, important professional event. And therefore, it is very important for us to be there. We have a significant presence here. We deliver several lectures and several presentations. All are focusing on the professional community, people that are experts in cyber attacks, white hat hackers, of course. Our own researchers are going to be here. We want to both learn and study from the plethora of lectures that are available here, and obviously also to demonstrate our capabilities in this very important event.
Yes, because you do have your own research team, and they have discovered some interesting things, at least the last year, and we've looked at some of the things that, especially the sidestepper thing. We're not going to get too much into that, I know, but exposing vulnerabilities as a security vendor, which also. So, are anyone from your research team doing any briefings this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is correct. I mean, we believe that in order to be one step ahead of attackers, you have to have your own professional research team. We have an extensive research team, many researchers that are constantly researching cyber attacks in various vectors. You mentioned sidestepper. This is the mobile security arena, obviously, which is a relatively evolving and growing cyber vector, but also in other advanced threats arena. As an example, I can only mention the nuclear exploit kit that our own researchers have researched and were successful in uncovering the infrastructure of this notorious exploit kit, publishing the findings, developing various ways to defend and protect against some of the exploitations that were used in this exploit kit. And the revealing of the infrastructure eventually led to the fact that this exploit kit stopped being available for attackers. So this is definitely an area where we invest significant resources, significant energy in identifying vulnerabilities, threats. We have significant, one of the largest database of IOCs, indicators of compromise, and samples from thousands of customers that are using CheckPoint in a real-time basis.
And this is, of course, it is important because security products, and it means trust. You gotta trust that the company that provides you with your security. For me, it just adds another level of trust. It brings another level to it, I think.
Correct.
And then I guess it kind of brings us to the indicators of compromise, and then we could probably get into, like your shirt says, unknown malware, and we're seeing a bit of like the shift towards endpoints once again, kind of. And you think you could tell us about the Sandblast agent that CheckPoint has released? We have previously talked to many of our customers about the Sandblast solution, but mostly on the firewall, on the gateway, or as a separate appliance. So what does the agent bring to the table now?
This is a very good question and a very important topic, because as you are rightfully saying, the pendulum in the last year to year and a half shifted again from focusing only on the network to appreciating again the importance of protecting endpoints. And the main reason is that due to the enormous efficiency that working outside of the office, mobile sales force, mobile employees, which today is a trend that became so popular, organizations and enterprises that would encourage employees to take an endpoint outside of the office where they are no longer protected by the perimeter security that the organization is using, working outside of the network security where employees may have access to an external Wi-Fi. They can open a browser, connect to their own personal Gmail, browse through many applications and social networks where they are exposed since the perimeter security is not going to protect them. SandBlast is using one of the most advanced dynamic detection capabilities, sandboxing capabilities, leveraging advanced features of the processor itself, and originally it was focused on protecting the perimeter, so protecting employees and devices within the perimeter. With the notion of working outside of the perimeter, taking a laptop outside of the perimeter, working from home, working from Starbucks, the need to protect those endpoints became more and more important as attackers are aware of this trend and are basically, in many cases, especially with advanced threats, would focus on employees when they are more vulnerable, when they are outside of the perimeter security. So quite recently, about 6 months ago, we have launched SandBlast Agent. This is the extension of the advanced detection of SandBlast, which were available beforehand only on the network, to endpoints. And we do it in a very sophisticated and, if I may say, elegant manner, because the main challenge with agents, with endpoint security, is intrusiveness, effect on the CPU consumption of the end device, and so forth. When you augment it with the need to do dynamic analysis, which by nature is CPU consumption, you may realize a conflict. And the way we decided to solve this problem is the fact that the agent itself is non-intrusive. It will intercept files before the end user got the opportunity to open them, and it will leverage our cloud emulation services to test the files outside of the endpoint with threat extraction, the ability to immediately consume a clean, sanitized version. We do not affect the user experience. Users do not need to wait until the emulation is over. They get immediately a clean version. Emulation is down in the cloud using the same advanced capabilities of SandBlast on the network.
Exactly. So you get the emulation, you take it with you.
Correct.
And you get and of course the extraction bit, which is I guess it's unique in the fact that you can actually get a clean file.
Correct. So the ability to clean files automatically is unique to CheckPoint. We integrated those capabilities to offer two main advantages. First of all, there are some attacks that are going to use active objects, macros, VB-script, JavaScript inside Word or PDF documents.
Right.
And with threat extraction, we can simply remove them. And second, it is the fact that threat extraction happens in seconds. So we can immediately deliver to the recipients, to the employees, a clean and safe version, not forcing them to wait until the emulation, which typically takes 2 minutes, is over. And if they are interested in the original file, they can always click on a link, and only then they will get the original document, but only after the emulation is over and the verdict has been benign. This automated integration of cleaning capabilities with dynamic analysis, with emulation, is totally unique to CheckPoint, and it became very, very popular with many of our customers.
So if you're someone that has maybe regulatory compliance demands to where your data is it possible to, say, choose which country you're connecting to the cloud?
Correct. So the physical emulation can be done either on a dedicated appliance, only for emulation. Sometimes we refer to it as private cloud. Create your own private cloud. So you can purchase from CheckPoint set of very strong appliances based on your needs, and you can cascade them for high availability. In that case, even endpoints are going to be protected and emulate files with the SandBlast agent using your private cloud. So you do not need to share any sensitive information due to regulatory constraints with our cloud. But nevertheless, we also offer emulation using our cloud emulation services. And currently we have a data center in North America, we have a data center in Europe. We are working on establishing a second data center in Europe, by the way. We have a data center in Asia, and customer can choose to limit the emulation to one of those data centers only, which we definitely understand can be very, very important for European customers. So we provide significant flexibility in terms of using only private cloud, so data doesn't need to leave the premises of the customers, or a European cloud facility which data is not going to leave the European continent to be emulated in North America, for example.
Cool. So if we take a look at the crystal ball a little bit, do you have anything exciting coming up real quick at the end?
So CheckPoint is also unique from the perspective that we introduce a lot of innovation from within. And currently I can definitely share that the R&D department of CheckPoint is busy in developing and introducing quite shortly some very innovative elements. The innovation is being invested and introduced in two areas right now when it comes to SandBlast. So first of all, we constantly invest a lot of resources in constantly improving the detection capabilities. As you know, attackers do not stand still. They invest a lot of energy in developing new exploits, new ways to compromise devices. So do we, because of the intelligence that we get in real time from our threat cloud database of IOCs, which is updated in real time. We constantly are trying to stay one step ahead. And towards Q4, we are going to announce the integration of a very important detection engine that will further improve our ability to stay one step ahead of web-based attacks. Protecting the browser experience of our end users, dealing with some areas that up until now were very difficult to deal with. This is something that is planned for Q4. But today we are announcing SandBlast agent for browsers, and one of the exciting additions in terms of our protection capabilities is the ability to detect dynamically phishing websites. So we are speaking about websites that will not do anything malicious in terms of injecting code to the browser of the end user. They will simply try to mimic a legitimate website, trying to allure you to key in your credential and steal them. So up until now, the industry was dealing with those websites based on a blacklist of URLs.
Reputation list.
Correct. The problem is that attackers are constantly changing and evolving, and there is definitely a need for a detection engine that can detect such websites dynamically. And this is exactly what we are launching today. It is called Zero Phishing. It's a new engine that is now integrated into SandBlast, that is going to allow our customers to detect such malicious phishing websites dynamically, together with the ability to prevent employees from repurposing the enterprise credentials for their personal usage. As we all know, due to the limitation of the human memory, we hate memorizing too many username and passwords, and very often we will use the same username and password for home, and also for whatever we do at work. And this is
you get one password, it's likely to be reused other places.
correct. And since the security we use at home is in many cases is less effective than what the employers are deploying, this is a sensitive vector, and employers would like to have the ability to block employees from the ability to repurpose the enterprise credential for personal purposes. And this zero phishing capabilities or module not only detects dynamically phishing website, it also prevents the ability to repurpose enterprise credential for personal usage. So this is an additional, very unique and exciting.
Sounds exciting, yep.
Correct. So we are constantly working on evolving and adding new exciting capabilities to our detection engine. But in addition, we are also expanding the coverage of SandBlast, starting from network, moving to the endpoint, moving to the cloud with SandBlast for Office 365. And we would continue to expand the footprint of SandBlast to other vectors in the first half of 2017. So stay tuned.
Looking forward to it. Nathan, thank you for coming
Thank
and
you
sharing
very
with
much.
us.
Thank you very
And,
much, guys.
Keep having a great Blackhat.
Thank you very much. Absolutely.
Det var alt for oss her fra sammen med CheckPoint. Ses igjen.